I filmed 2 videos of me walking around the street, talking about guitar, talking about professional stuff, teaching guitar, learning guitar, and I figured out it's kind of weird that I'm talking about guitar and there's no guitar in the picture, you know. So I'm not holding it at least, as many YouTube guys who do that kind of video. Uh, so they at least holding guitar. Nothing, probably not playing it. Just played something random, some bluesy stuff out of my head. No extra charge for mistakes. Yep. By the way, my name is Dmitry Golovin. I'm a professional guitar player, teacher, all that stuff. Don't want to talk about that. So the thing that I wanted to talk about right now is one specific toxic advice that I got from a YouTube. From some of the YouTube videos, some of YouTube teachers, when I was learning guitar. And I was learning guitar through YouTube. A lot of videos, a lot of interviews, a lot of, not only specific video lessons, but also talking videos like this one, sort of a mindset thing. And so the worst advice that I've got, and I kind of fell into it, so I took it, right? And that being stop noodling. So if you fall into this category of videos where people talk about how to optimize your practice routine, how to get the most progress out of your guitar, you probably see somebody talk about noodling and talk about that in a bad way. You need to stop noodling. You need to be more specific about guitar. You need to focus. You need to invest 100% of your attention into the guitar. And what I mean by noodling is playing mindlessly. Like maybe you pick up your guitar, you just maybe run some pentatonic blues licks, maybe then you got some metal stuff, probably it's solo you played over and over 100 times already, playing things that and all that type of thing. And I followed that advice, so I started being more intentional, started trying to optimize my practice time as much as I can, and that made me almost quit guitar. At least it made me quit practicing guitar, so led to some sort of a burnout. And I don't understand what is bad about noodling at the first place. So you are playing your guitar, so you're doing the best thing that you can do with this instrument. You're playing it, right? Probably you're playing something at least somehow musical, right? So even if you're playing some pentatonic licks that make no sense, they might have sense in the future when you play over backing track or in a song, right? If you just shredding some stuff, you're developing your technique, right? You're making it more, worked out, right? If you're playing songs, that's even better. That's the best thing you can do on guitar, right? So what's the bad thing about it? Of course, it's not the most productive thing you can do. Of course, yeah, I understand that. But why stop doing it? Why not combine the two, right? Why not combine mindful, 100% focused practice, like for an hour or 2 hours, if you're very good at that, maybe a half an hour of really good practice, and then an hour and 2 hours, maybe like a whole day of just playing guitar. You can hear a lot of people say, a lot of great players that play for 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, right? I'm not considering myself a great player, but I play for 8 hours a day, right? So I can say that I practiced 8 hours a day. You're gonna I think your brain's gonna come out of your ears if you practice for 8 hours a day. right? So yeah, that's the thing. You just play it for 8 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours. How much time you have, right? So, and there was an interview of on some Russian YouTube channel that I watched. There was an interview with Mateo Mancuso, right, the great guitar player. And the interviewer, he wasn't doing any voiceovers, something like that. He was just asking a question in English. Mateo would answer that question, and he just would translate it to a camera like that, right? And he asked about how much does Mateo Mancuso practice, and Mateo answered. He said just 2 hours a day. He practices for 2 hours a day, and then he continued talking. But the interviewer started just randomly just started translating that answer, and he started to talking about like that Mateo is probably lying to them, telling that he practices only 2 hours a day, because you can't become this level of guitar player if you practice just for 2 hours. But I understood what Mateo was talking when he continued answering that question. He told him that he plays after that, like after those 2 hours, he plays guitar for 3 hours, for 4 hours, and that combined is 5 to 6 hours a day. That's the number of hours that leads you to being one of the greatest guitarists on earth, right? So he just plays. He might noodle around, right? And another thing here, another thought that I had in defense of noodling around. And now imagine this: Mateo Mancuso just practiced 2 hours and started noodling around. His noodling would be 100 times cooler than my mindful playing, than my intentional playing, than other people's intentional playing. So he's just sitting around there noodling on guitar, doing things that like 99% of guitar players can't do on a guitar, and he just practices that, kind of, right? He noodles, he does that mindlessly, but his fingers, they're remembering stuff. They develop even more. He's developing some music ideas, maybe, right? And that's gonna be on a much higher level, right? So what's maybe one bad thing about it, right? About noodling. So that's a little rant over there about some YouTube guitar teachers who tell you to stop noodling. If you want to noodle around on the guitar, just pick it up, noodle around, play your favorite songs, play the solo that you've been playing for years. There's nothing bad about it. If you're getting bored from your playing, learn something new, practice. If you want to play a better, faster, maybe more melodical, maybe you want to learn some new thing, just go and learn it, right? Start practicing. It shouldn't be, I think that you always need to have an answer on the question like, why do you want to practice? What do you want to achieve? If you want to just fool around with your guitar, just grab your guitar and fool around with your guitar. That's it for today. That's my rant. That's my thing. So leave a comment. What do you think about this? What do you think about noodling? Do you do that yourself? Or do you prefer to be like 100% focused and only practice, only quality time, spending on your guitar? Yeah, leave a like, subscribe. It's a new channel. Everything would be appreciated. Thank you for watching.